Welcome to a special edition of Here's Why. I'm Jimmy Talbert. This is Mario Lizarraga.
Howdy.
And before we get started, make sure that you like this video and make sure that you subscribe to our channel for consistent marketing strategy that helps small businesses and entrepreneurs. So, today's video specifically is with this panic going on around the coronavirus and how that's affecting so many small businesses and why, more than ever, this is evidence that you need to stay relevant on all digital mediums as well as on social media platforms. So, just a couple of quick stats but before we jump into the conversation. The stock market, obviously, way down. Everybody knows that. Tom Hanks and his wife, they were recently diagnosed with the coronavirus.
Right.
People in large numbers are working from home more than ever to not spread infection. And people just in general are staying home. Another interesting fact, though, is that social media activity since this has started is up over 400% in March over February. Well, why is that? Well, people are staying at home and things like that, and that makes sense to me.
And let's be honest, we really have no idea how far this is going to go. Is this the tip of the iceberg, or have we hit the bottom?
Who knows?
I guess it's probably safe to say it definitely hasn't hit the bottom. We don't know the backlash and ramifications as of yet.
Absolutely. And go ahead and include in the comments if you've seen an effect on your business or on your job. I would love to hear about that. We try to make this a discussion as much as possible. But yeah, go ahead and leave those comments down there, and we will reply to those.
And to your point there, we'd also love you to add some comments on what you're doing personally, because you might have a really creative idea to share with us that can enhance our business, and we can pass that along. So please, on both ends of that spectrum.
Yeah, love to hear from you. But let's kind of get into this in how it's affecting a lot of businesses out there, and why. One thing we talk about on this channel all the time is why it's important to stay relevant and get noticed on social and digital platforms. And this is sort of evidence right here. If your business is being hurt right now, part of that could be because you haven't stayed as relevant or been as noticed on social media and other digital platforms where people are right now, for example, spending a tremendous amount of time.
And to interrupt you a little bit, because it's really easy to say those big, bold words because you're used to that sort of thing. But again, I hear that. I'm like, well, give me an example of what you mean by being relevant.
Well, so, for example, most businesses, in order to I guess, be relevant, in order to get noticed in multiple places, they should be posting, like Gary Vaynerchuk says, between 13 and 20 times per day across different channels and things like that. And the issue for most businesses is not whether or not they can post that much. The issue for most businesses is usually coming up with the content to create that. And if you have something different, go ahead and fill that into the comments, or if you feel differently about how frequently people should be posting, go ahead and fill those into the comments. Again, we'd love to hear from you.
And keep in mind, when you hear that, you should be, because it's kind of daunting when I hear that 13 to 20 times. That seems crazy, but that's not 13 different pieces of content. That's that same piece of content across 13 different mediums.
Potentially, yeah.
Or it could be multiple times, and there's a lot of things, and that's not just social media or between your blog. There's a lot of other things that are affecting how people are seeing you, and depending on where you're coming from, there's going to be areas that are more relevant for one business versus another. Some people might not be seen on Facebook, where others might be seen a lot on the whole Google space side of things.
Absolutely.
So it really depends on your industry what mediums those 13 to 20 mediums should be.
And at the end of the day, consistently being on social media helps you do things, build awareness about your business and your brand.
Your brand.
Helps you
Brand.
attract leads that can be followed up with, helps you nurture leads and prospects, helps you actually convert leads into clients, and then build that brand in a way that you're going to be happy with long term. And it's not not the same market. You want to shut the ringer off on your phone there?
That was
Oh, is that your watch?
That's just my
I keep
watch.
hearing that. I
Forgive
don't know
me,
about you guys.
Forgive me.
But it's really a matter of ensuring that your communication is timely, targeted, and relevant, personalized, because it's about humanizing your brand. It's about building something, building a brand and building your messaging out in a way that people are gonna be able to relate to.
Right.
And it's not like 10 years ago when you could set up an email marketing platform and just focus on sending people emails, because email marketing, unfortunately, it's not as effective as it was 10 years ago.
And as you're seeing right here, just keep it real. I just had my phone on, got called out, and here, we didn't stop the video. We kept it going. Just keep it real. People want real, and that's you. And as you're creating your marketing product, so don't be fearful of that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But you mentioned that it seems like a lot, and not posting in one place. But let's list the different places where if you had let's say you had a short video or something that you could post. So you'd go on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. You'd be able to go on TikTok, Snapchat.
I mean, it goes on and on.
Yeah, and that's 7 right there that we just listed.
And a lot of those, you got to realize that a lot of times there's one platform you can make one post, and it hits many of these programs. And we have professionals that we're surrounded with who do have that automation that they can put in place for you to syndicate it out through these social rings. So just know you can individually make a single post.
Absolutely.
And you can go to each one if you really want to. But if you don't want to, if you'd like to automate things, I'm more of a system automation guy because I'm just lazy. And I personally like to seek out those resources.
Sure.
I can kill 10 birds with one shot type of deal. That's kind of That's kind of my thoughts on that. So we have those resources and contacts for you.
And yeah, it's like I said, it's about building awareness, staying relevant, so that you can eventually convert them. Let's talk about a little bit about, let's say someone has not been, from a business perspective, not been incredibly active on social media, and so they want to get started. Let's talk about some different tips and things like that someone could start with, someone could get moving with. So what comes to mind for you initially?
Well, initially what comes to mind for me is just get started. Use your phone, just make any post, a picture of you doing what you do in your business, a picture of your employee in your business. It doesn't matter what you're doing, depends on the widget. Obviously, if you have a restaurant, you've got lots of food and drinks that you can take pictures of and little videos of being created. Think about all the different shows that we now watch on Discovery Channel, all these how to this, how to that. We're all obsessed anymore with seeing it unfold.
Yeah.
Not just seeing the finished product. It's like, hey, how did you take it from just a hard bean into this beautiful looking dish?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so people really like the process. So you don't necessarily have to have a production crew show up.
No, if you're talking about video, definitely, and we always recommend video. We have a video studio.
That's where my head's at.
Yeah, it doesn't always have to be that way, but it's also just a matter of consistently posting. One thing that we pull from almost every video that we shoot is we pull quotes that were said during the video, and then we utilize those things across different social channels as well. Again, that's something that gets shared, especially on platforms like LinkedIn and Instagram. I find the most success with those where there's things that are shared quite a bit, and people tend to engage with it. Usually get comments on these things, or someone will tag their friend when it's relevant to them. So it doesn't all have to be video. We like it, and part of that's because we see very high engagement. It just needs to be things that are relevant to your ideal client and to your specific market.
And at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, not only do we just not like and prefer video just has been proven to perform.
Yeah.
So, it's what it comes down to. When you start looking at the statistics, people engage more with video, they watch longer. It's a way for them to actually see the face expression. Is this person being genuine and sincere? There's a lot to it. So it's not so much that we just like it because we're a video studio. We've recognized it and embraced it as a business because we realize that is the medium of choice for most consumers. And those would be your consumers as well.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
So so embrace it, but it is a little nerve-wracking. The technology, how do I
Sure,
look?
sure.
I hate the sound of my voice personally.
Those
I don't like my look.
Those are just
I
insecurities.
can't grow a
that
beard. I'm not a
anyone
cool guy
can
with
get
a
over.
beard. You know, all these little things that I don't like about myself, and it's taken me time to get past it. And so I'm gonna encourage you to do the same. Just start, right? Just start. This, especially now that you're gonna be forced more into your business. You know, if you're forced inside, well, this is a perfect thing you can do from home. Of course, we're gonna encourage you to come find us, and we'll make it easy on you. But get going, folks, and.
Yeah, make sure that you're doing it. You know, another reason why, so video with you or with, you know, someone within the business, one of the reasons I like these is it humanizes your brand. It does a good job.
Absolutely.
So I've worked with a lot of tech companies over the years, and tech companies, when they have a technology product, right, oftentimes it's difficult to associate any kind of emotion or narrative with that specific product. And as you know, with technology, the way things are developed, right, it's easy for another company to come in and make kind of a knockoff of whatever you've done very quickly. So how do you differentiate yourself? Differentiate yourself through your actual brand. And the best way I know of to do that is to humanize your
That's right.
brand.
Because people buy people.
That's right.
They like to buy from people they enjoy and they connect with.
Yeah.
The
People,
widget is the widget.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah. They buy narratives, they buy stories, and they buy things that they can relate to, or from people that they can relate to.
That's right.
So, yeah. So make sure that you do that. Now, I'm gonna put into the description as well as in the comments a link if you would like to go through a free marketing assessment consultation with us. And we can break down your brand and break down your sales and marketing funnel. We can make some recommendations. Now, you can take those recommendations and run with them, or if you decided to work with us, then we can help you implement those things over time.
And
So,
to you know, expand on what you're saying there, also keep an eye out for a lot of future videos where we're going to try to teach you and show you the various tools that we've been running across and trying to utilize, implement, spent a lot of money wasting time going down this rabbit hole or that rabbit hole. So we're going to try to start showing that and sharing some of the trials and tribulations of actually trying to focus on the marketing side of our business and the tools to make that scalable and timely and time effective. And on top of that, we're going to also start to bring some videos, some little more of how-to videos, because I personally am really curious. I have, you know, the Adobe Suite, but I really don't know how to use it. And so I'm very curious on a short little snippet of how I can do little basic things within the Adobe Suite. So you're going to start seeing a lot of things come out of our channels. So keep your eye open for those.
yeah.
And these are all things that you can protect your family, stay home, so you don't get infected with this virus.
Yeah.
Whether you believe that it's as big an epidemic or not is irrelevant.
Perception's
Perception's reality.
That doesn't matter.
Perception's reality, and the world at large is pretty scared.
Yeah, and the reality is, if your business was maybe not prepared for this, but you know now that this is not the last time something like this will happen,
Right.
and people will panic. If your business was affected, don't let it get affected, or don't let it get hurt next time. And that's what I would like to leave you with. And yeah, I'm Jimmy Talbert
Mario Lizarraga, always good to talk to you.
from Why Not Results, and thank you so much for joining us today.
See you soon.